From experiencing a stroke,
Whoa, boy!
to being murdered.
Oh my goodness.
These are the 20 wildest moments in bull riding history. At number 20, Vinicius Pinheiro Correa had a wild ride with Tyrone after his foot got caught and wouldn't let go. But even more wild is number 19, when Kaique Pacheco's hand stuck on Washita Lightning and he got stomped right after. And don't get me started with Felipe Furlan, who was brutally kicked by Fierce's Dirt Nap at number 18. That kick definitely left a mark, if you ask me. But for Luciano De Castro at number 17, Ricky Vaughn showed that a shot to the gut can make you bleed inside.
Only needs 87.5.
And while that was awful, have you ever seen a bull rider getting stomped mid-air? Well, that's what happened to Caden Loud when he rode going solo at number 16. The bulls are definitely making things hard for their riders. Take for example Elismar Jeremias when he got bucked off by Sly at number 15.
Anything thrown at you in this situation.
And it almost looks like they're doing it for a paycheck. Just see how Preacher's Kid wrecked Paulo Eduardo Rossettin at number 14.
Yeah, you're not just riding for yourself here.
I mean, you could even hear the loud thud after that wreck. Speaking of wrecks, what John Crimber went through on Yahoo at number 13 was a whole new level of brutality.
They're gonna clear the space. Yahoo finally out of the arena. The whole
Crimber slammed headfirst into the bull, only to be crushed moments later under the full weight of the beast. Because let's be honest, calling them beasts doesn't even come close to what these bulls do to riders. Just ask Dustin Martinez after what Mercy did to him at number 12. And if that wasn't enough, wait until you see how Top Dollar completely wrecked Alan D'Souza at number 11.
gotta not.
At number 10, Joao Lucas Campos looked ready for the challenge. Just like any rider, he studied the bull and came in with a plan. But the moment the gate opened, none of that seemed to matter because Scrappy wasn't interested in how much work Campos had done. It had only one goal, and that was to send him flying.
Staff. Ooh! That was just...
With a sudden twist and violent kick, it launched him off balance and into the air. Scrappy had power, timing, and a very clear message: not today. And if we're talking about messages, Vitor Lonsake at number 9 definitely got his from Bad Heart, and it was delivered with force. Right out of the gate, the bull came out aggressive, shifting hard to one side, then the other. Lonsake tried to stay centered, but just as he was adjusting, his helmet collided with the bull's head.
I know you did. Whoa, boy!
His grip loosened, his body lifted off, and in the next second, he was airborne. He hit the ground hard, and the angle of the fall made it worse. Lonsake was on the ground, motionless except for the small twitching of his right hand. The doctors confirmed the worst. He had suffered a concussion along with a neck injury. That wreck cost him weeks away from riding. I've been on a lot of bulls. I sustained more injuries than I did playing other outdoor games for 14 years. It's not a matter of if, but when and how bad. It's a brutal sport, yet an absolute thrill. The wreck was just another chapter in a long book of hard rides. The pain was real, but so was his mindset. But let's face it, with that ride, Bad Heart became very bad indeed. At number 8, Keyshawn Whitehorse looked like he was holding on fine for the first few jumps. Simon was bucking with power, but Whitehorse had seen worse. Or at least, he thought he had.
He's got his hands full.
Then came the twist.
He's got his hands full.
One of those sudden, off-rhythm moves that throws your timing off just enough. That's when Whitehorse lost his balance. He was still attached, trying to reset. Instead of just letting him slide off, the bull launched him. It was a clean, violent toss. Legs straight out, body flipping. Whitehorse flew and hit the ground hard.
He's got his hands full.
Whitehorse got up fast. He thought Simon might circle back and go for more, but the bull didn't. Simon had already done enough damage and seemed to know it. Later, Whitehorse opened up in an interview. Someone will always get hurt. Big injuries are not as common. If I may be so bold to say, in bull riding, there is a 100% injury rate. And today, I am that person who got injured. What can we do? It happens. And yes, whether we like it or not, a wreck always happens. Clay Gatton's experience says it all at number 7.
Guyton unable to go the distance.
Gatton's year had been building up to this. He wasn't the flashiest rider in the pen, but he was consistent. Quietly, he'd worked his way into the top, picking up rides that others overlooked and making them count. When the draw came out for the weekend, his name landed next to Gunsel Pounder, a bull with a bad reputation and an even worse bucking pattern. Gunsel charged out like a sledgehammer, heavy on the front, fast on the turn, and unpredictable on the rebound. Some bulls give riders a rhythm to follow. Gunsel didn't. If you stayed on longer than 4 seconds, it was either luck or a rare mistake from the bull. Gunsel launched forward with his usual fury, gave hard bucks, then jerked violently.
Guyton unable to go the...
He got twisted in the motion and hit the ground awkwardly, landing on his hip just as the bull turned back. Gunsel pounded his back end down, hooves slamming directly onto Gatton's pelvis.
Gunsel Pounder. Guyton unable to go the...
Doctors later confirmed a fractured pelvis and torn ligaments across his lower back. He was out indefinitely. You train for the ride, you study the bull, try to guess his rhythm, time your shifts, grip tighter when you need to, but you never train for the stomp. Nobody practices what to do when you're underneath 1,800 pounds of muscle and rage. You just hope it doesn't find you. At number 6, this rider didn't expect that riding Jagger would come with such a heavy price. If there is someone who is perfectly consistent, it would be Aaron Williams, and that consistency finally earned him a spot at a major event. Until he drew Jagger. Jagger was unpredictable. Not the biggest, but one of the most erratic bulls on the circuit. His stats weren't just high, they were frustrating. No pattern, no warning. He could leap 5 feet forward, spin out, then change direction mid-air. When the gate opened, Jagger exploded out like he had something to prove. The first buck had force, the second had angle, and by the third, Aaron was already off balance. Twisted mid-air, he came down kneeling, one knee planted, trying to regain control, but Jagger had already turned. One quick step, and the bull's rear hoof came crashing down on Aaron's head, just behind the helmet's edge. I thought I was fine when I landed, Aaron said later. I was on one knee, just catching my breath. I didn't even realize the bull had turned. Then, bang, hoof to the side of the head. For a second, I didn't know where I was. I couldn't feel my jaw at all. All I could think about was getting away before he came back. A bull's hooves are no joke. And for Sandro Batista at number 5, they were the exact reason he was forced into an unexpected break. Batista didn't make it past 2.53 seconds. It was a short ride, a far cry from the full 8 he had trained for. And the one responsible, a deceptively calm-looking bull named Woody. Even before the ride, Batista wasn't at 100%. He had been under the weather for several days leading up to the event, but still chose to ride. By the time the chute opened, Batista's legs didn't have the same spring, and his grip wasn't as locked in. Woody started with 2 modest bucks, nothing that would normally throw a rider off, but Batista was already losing his rhythm. By the 3rd buck, Woody gave a quick, unexpected twist, not powerful but precise, and that was all it took. Batista's weight shifted forward, his body tilted left, and suddenly the ground was coming fast.
Outside of distance bull riding.
But
He landed face first, ribs twisted awkwardly beneath him. Woody spun back, and before anyone could intervene, dropped a full stomp onto Batista's side. X-rays later revealed 2 cracked ribs and deep bruising along the pelvis. You know, during that time, breathing felt like knives. And then that stomp, it was like getting hit by a truck. The doctors told me to take a break for a while, and honestly, I think I will. It's probably going to be a long one, and I'm okay with that. Now, they say experience is life's best teacher, but what happens when even that fails you? That's exactly what Marco Iguchi found out at number 4.
crush. Whoop, whoop. Oh boy. Iguchi can't run fast enough.
Iguchi had been through enough rides to know that no 2 bulls ever buck the same. As a veteran, he understood the risk, understood that each time he nodded his head, he was stepping into uncertainty, but that familiarity with chaos didn't make what happened in Baltimore any easier. In round 3 of the 2012 PBR BFTS Baltimore Invitational, Iguchi faced off against a bull named Black & Decker Orange Crush. It wasn't the most notorious bull in the pen, but sometimes the unexpected ones leave the most damage. From the moment the gate opened, the bull came out strong, giving 4 sudden bucks that didn't give Iguchi a moment to adjust. He lost his seat quicker than usual and found himself on the dirt in just under 4 seconds. That should have been the end of it. He did what years of experience had trained him to do: get up, move, and let the bullfighters handle the rest. He turned his back and sprinted toward the fence, assuming the danger had passed. But it hadn't. Black & Decker Orange Crush wasn't finished. As Iguchi ran, the bull turned, spotted him, and made a decision. With terrifying speed, it charged. Iguchi never saw it coming.
Black & Decker Orange Crush. Whoop, whoop. Oh boy. Iguchi can't run fast enough.
The first time he realized something was wrong was when he felt the bull slam into him from behind. The impact threw him forward hard and fast, as if the dirt had been pulled out from underneath him. You don't expect it after the fall. I thought I was clear. I thought it was over, but that bull had other plans. I was just doing what we're all trained to do: get up and get out fast. I didn't even look back because I thought the bullfighters had him. That's their job, and they're usually right there. But this time it didn't go that way. And the pain Tyler Haar got from Revolution didn't stay behind either when we go to number 3, because his ride on the bull fell apart almost as soon as it started. The moment the chute opened, something was off. His posture looked uneasy, the timing of his movements didn't match the rhythm of the bull, and with each buck he seemed to drift further out of sync. Whether it was the pressure, a flaw in preparation, or simply that Revolution was more than he could handle, the outcome was the same: Haar was in trouble. By the time Revolution reached its 6th buck, Haar was no longer in control. He was flailing, holding on more out of instinct than technique. Then came the inevitable moment. He lost his grip, was tossed into the dirt, and for a split second it looked like he might scramble to safety. But the bull turned, lifted its rear legs, and drove a hoof straight into Haar's midsection. The impact was brutal. He moved with effort, dragging himself inch by inch toward the chute as if every motion cost him something. It was survival through gritted teeth and raw instinct. When he finally reached the fence line, he collapsed again, this time fully spent. He lay there on his back.
Come out with Tyler Haar absolutely thrown down hard, and that is an incredibly powerful few seconds.
His chest was rising and falling in sharp, uneven bursts, and for several long moments, it looked like he couldn't catch his breath. To be honest, I couldn't breathe. Right after the stomp, it felt like something inside me just gave way. I was holding my stomach because I knew that's where it hit, and it wasn't just a bruise. I could feel something was really wrong. I was trying to find the right angle to move, just anything that would let me crawl without making it worse. And of course, I had to get out of there. I didn't want to take another hit. Still, Har was fortunate enough to walk out conscious. Number 2, on the other hand, never even got that chance.
Oh, no!
Ty Pozzobon entered round 1 of the 2013 PBR BFTS Bass Pro Shootout in Louisville looking sharp and focused. He had the experience, the composure, and the helmet strapped on tight. His draw was Carolina Kicker. This bull had the potential to end a ride in seconds if underestimated. Pozzobon knew that, and he didn't take it lightly. But sometimes it doesn't matter how ready you are. As the chute opened, Carolina Kicker burst out fast and low. The first buck was clean, but awkward. Pozzobon was already adjusting. By the second, it was clear the bull wasn't moving in any predictable rhythm. He tried to reset, leaning into the motion, but the animal twisted hard. That shift in momentum was enough to knock Pozzobon slightly off balance, just enough for his body to shift to the side. Still hanging on, he didn't fall clean. His torso was exposed over the bull's shoulder when it spun again. This time, the bull's head swung up, right into the side of Pozzobon's helmet, and then he landed unconscious.
Let's watch. Oh, no!
After getting hit, all I could see was dark, pitch black. I even thought I was dead. I don't remember falling. I just remember the moment of impact and then nothing. I got carried off, and when I woke up, I got teary-eyed. It's a scary thing when you go out like that and wake up not knowing what happened. Despite wearing a helmet, the impact knocked Pozzobon out cold. He never made it to round 2. The doctors ruled him out with a confirmed concussion. And while he recovered eventually, the memory of that wreck and the way it happened remained one of the harsher reminders of how unpredictable bull riding can be. And for our number 1, we have Valderon de Oliveira's wild ride on Sikkim Sam.
Oh my goodness.
Valderon de Oliveira had built his reputation on quality. With over 600 qualified rides to his name, he was the kind of rider you expected to finish strong, if not spectacularly. Fans trusted him to deliver. That's why what happened in Springfield, Missouri during round 1 of the 2013 PBR BFTS PFI Western.com Invitational came as such a shock. He was matched with Sikkim Sam, not the most feared bull on tour, but one with just enough unpredictability to turn things ugly, and this one did exactly that. As soon as the gate opened, Sikkim Sam launched into a hard, twisting buck. Oliveira was immediately off center. The bull's head snapped back, once then twice, both hits landing squarely on Oliveira's helmet. The first blow rattled him, the second clearly dazed him, but it was the third strike, lower and more brutal, that sealed it. Sikkim Sam lunged forward and caught Oliveira in the midsection, folding him awkwardly before he dropped face down in the dirt, completely unconscious.
This bull we've seen once, he really bucks, but Valderon de Oliveira on a mission.
Oh!
Bullfighters jumped in to distract the bull, medics rushed toward the downed rider, and officials paused the event. For nearly half an hour, the arena stayed on edge as medical staff worked to stabilize him. Later, the medical report confirmed he suffered a concussion. No broken bones, no spinal damage, just a serious knock to the head, serious enough to temporarily rest from the sport, even for someone with Oliveira's experience. That night proved that even the best, the most seasoned riders can still be blindsided, and when a bull decides to take control, no one's past ride count will save them. You see, every ride with a bull guarantees a wild moment. Sometimes that moment ends in an epic 8-second triumph. Other times it ends in chaos. But if you go by the numbers, the odds don't lean in favor of glory. More often than not, that wild moment means getting bucked off, thrown down, or stomped. In bull riding, the wrecks far outnumber the victories, and every rider knows it the second the gate swings open. Thanks for watching.